Well, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, that's right. If you've read the description of this bad boy, you already know the question is, guess who's back? And yes, it is me. I am back. It is Coach T from Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson. We're doing this new thing where I'm going to continue on with my podcast, where I use Anchor to get my podcast out through platforms such as uh, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify was a huge one. But now we're doing a little twist to it. And now we'll actually be able to go live via our platforms for the team on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, as well as our Twitter page. Um, and you can see those scrolling down the bottom of the screen there with all the media outlets that we'll have this on. We'll also once each episode is recorded, we'll be loading those up on our um, team website, which is the Tri-State66ers.com. Just Tri-State66ers, all one.com. So definitely be on the lookout for it. I'm excited to get back into this. We have a lot of things that are going on with our team organization wise. For those who, I guess, have seemingly been living on a rock, we had a very, very good season last year playing within the PBA. Um, we ended up making the playoffs in our first season. Had four guys named to the All Star team and participated in the All Star weekend. I was named as one of the coaches for the All Star weekend, as well as being named Coach of the Year for the conference as well. So great, great stuff that was going on with the team. I'm very excited for the guys we have and some of the guys that we're going to be adding for this year's roster as well. Playing along with PBA as well as the MLBA. So I'm excited about that, the direction that league is going as well. To be a part of a couple great leagues like this, just it's just really good for our players and our organization. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I guess some of you are asking or wondering, okay, so this podcast, Hey Coach. Um, for those who have listened to the podcast before, like I said, you can still catch some of the episodes, a lot of the episodes that I've already done just by going to Spotify and typing in "Hey Coach" with Coach Tim Simpson, as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, as well as Radio Public, and you can still check those episodes out. Now, a lot of things what I used to do or I've done, and I will continue to do with this podcast. I don't just talk basketball. We don't just talk basketball. Yes, it's centered around basketball, centered around sports, but it's really also centered around life. Because what I've learned over the years, um, life is directly connected with sports. A lot of issues and adversities and things you deal with in sports, you deal with the exact same things when it comes to life. So I try to tackle a lot of that stuff. I talk a lot about my military experience and background. And one thing that I try to do a better job of doing, and that's talking about the issues I deal with the PTSD, depression, anxiety, um, thoughts of suicide. I've been there, and I try to make sure, especially now, that I voice the things that I experienced, things I went through, because I know those things can be healing for somebody else, and sometimes just being able to hear that somebody else is going through those things, may spark something in them to say, what, maybe I need to go get help, because people may look at me and say, well, you don't have the visible scars from being in the service. Even though I was medically retired because I had quite a few injuries. But the main thing was the PTSD, and I realized there's a lot of people that have, scars that are, beneath the skin. And by understanding that and realizing just because I don't have the visible scars that maybe somebody else has, I do have scars, and I deal with a lot of stuff. I'm human. I'm human just like anybody else. Some people might think I'm not so human, but I'm just as human as anybody else. And it's just one of those things where just giving a perspective on that, on my perspective. it's one of those things where, hopefully it's just something that can help somebody out. And that's all we're all about doing. Now, a couple of things I'm really excited about doing, especially with this the new live stream, which I would love to give a big shout out to StreamYard. This is a phenomenal app to do. It's wonderful to do. You pretty much have everything set up. It's easy. It's I'm telling you, it's I'm excited about it. But I'm really excited about it because the simple fact that the guests that I usually have on my show, I've had on the past, which I will plan on definitely bringing those guests back, as well as adding new guests to the live stream as well. But I'll be able to live stream with guests just with the click of a button, and I'm extremely excited about that because doing the podcast, just the audio part of it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it with my guests, being able to bounce back and forth with them, talk about things, and then just kind of spark off from there. Loved it, but now being able to do it live stream just puts a whole nother element of fun to it. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to do something if it's not fun. If I don't get some type of enjoyment out of it, it's just not going to happen. I love the podcast that I was doing, and yeah, I took a break for a while. A lot of it was because I was having a lot of health issues. I ended up having surgery on my shoulder, and I've been having some other health issues that have been creeping up, due to the Army, in the years I served. And not only that, just all the years of playing sports have definitely started catching up to me. And I'm definitely not getting any younger. So I'm trying my best to take care of my physical being as well as my mental, and line that also with the spiritual side as well, because you have to have all sides, the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. All that has you really got to do your best to try to keep those things in line, and it's very easy to get unbalanced. So a lot of those things that like I said, we're gonna be looking at and doing. So I'm really looking forward to being able to get the guests on. I'm really looking forward to really expanding this. Another thing I'll probably looking at doing is some type of like coach's corner, something like that. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but something along the lines there where I'll be calling on different coaches, organizational heads, and in the leagues that I coach in now, or have coached in the past. Talking with a lot of local coaches in the area. From those who don't know, I live in Pittsburgh, Kansas. But also reaching out to some of the other, coaches, some of the JUCOs, the universities out here, to get them on to talk, just talk sports and talk life in general. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to all of this. Please stay tuned. Our season for the MLBA starts around March 1st. We're still working everything out. We get with that stuff. Most definitely, please go check out our website at tristate66ers.com. Jacob Bryant, who is my guy who takes care of the website, takes care of he's our video coordinator, takes care of a lot of stuff, does a phenomenal job. He's done a great job with the website, and he's continuing as soon as we get more information, get more content. He'll be uploading that and getting that stuff ready to go so everybody can view that stuff out. But that's another good thing. Like I said, we'll be putting a link on there for this as well, to go along with the games that we're going to probably be broadcasting and stuff. Like I said, like on our YouTube channel as well, which, like I said, all that information is scrolling down there at the bottom, with our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter, which all these right now are being broadcast. This live stream is being broadcast on those right now simultaneously as we speak. So that's another thing I love about this thing. I can broadcast up to, I want to say it's 8 different platforms at one time, and and I can customize each one as I'm doing it. So like I said, I'm really excited about this thing. I'm really loving it. I think it's gonna be really great. And I just see, just changed it to where, now I was talking about, hey, this is the podcast we're doing. Hey, Coach Tim Simpson podcast. So, like I said, this thing has the potential to be really good, really nice, really nice. So, what I'm needing for everybody to do is make sure you get the word out. Of course, just like everything I do with the team, Anything else I do, I'll always post stuff on Facebook. I always post stuff on our YouTube channel whenever I get it. And I'm trying to get a little bit better with Twitter. Twitter has not really been my strong suit. So we'll try to get something going. And I'm still, not too in depth on TikTok. But what I'm gonna probably end up doing, and I'm hoping the guy, whatever the players that are watching, I'm gonna tell you right now, that you guys are gonna be doing some. I'm not gonna be doing anything on TikTok. You guys are gonna be doing some stuff on TikTok, so we can get something going. But like I said, I'm just looking forward to it, and getting things going. Like I said, we got our season coming up for the MLBA. PBA will be starting shortly after that. We're going to be having some big announcements team wise for the Tri-State 66ers. Um, we're going to have some big news coming up with that throughout the season and definitely at the end of the season. So I'm excited about that, getting everything going. I'm really excited about the season. I am pumped about this thing right now. So I'm really looking forward to it. Uh, and another cool thing about it is I'll be able to do live comments. So as people are watching, they can get on there, they can comment. They can ask a question if they want to ask a question. If whoever's watching right now, if you want to ask a question right now, go to the comment section. You can send a comment. I can respond to it right here, right now. Same thing with the private chat. If you didn't want anybody else to see your comment, but you want to ask me a question that you wanted a question answered through the podcast, you can send it on the private chat. Do the private chat. I could look at your question, answer it, and you can stay anonymous. So I'm loving that about that as well. So yeah, everybody, I'm really looking forward to this new endeavor. Well, actually, I can't say it's a new endeavor. It's just part 2 of this endeavor. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really excited to find out and see, who all jumps on this ride with us as we continue to try to move into greatness and do something that we really want to do special. So definitely get on here, check us out. Check me out on, like I said, Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, the podcast, which, like I said, it'll be on all your favorite platforms that you like to listen to. So, all right. Well, guys, it's been great. Like I said, be ready because the first episode of season, I'm just gonna say season 2, will be out probably next week. So I'm gonna get a hold of my guests. That I've got 2 guests that I really want to talk to. Um, One in particular was a great friend of mine. This dude is a phenomenal man. Has been through a lot, especially recently. I'm not throwing out any names right now, so don't ask me. Don't even message me. Who's gonna be the guy? No, you'll just tune in. I'll make an announcement probably a few days before the episode. We'll do the episode live stream, so that way it'll give people time to be able to clear their schedule, get on. Because I'm telling you right now, the first guest I plan on having, he's got some real powerful messages, and I think they need to be shared on a large scale. Um, and then another guest I'm looking at talking to, I just got to make sure he's going to be able to clear his schedule so that way he can get on here because he's a busy guy, but he's a great guy. So I'm really excited for this first episode of season 2. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to put out new content every week. That's what I like to do. So what I'm gonna do is like I said, I'm gonna give them my guests, and then I'm just gonna try to pick a day, and then that's the day we'll release new content. And if I have to, I can always. Another good thing about this, record it and then release it later. So like I said, it's gonna be fun. I can't say enough. I'm super stoked, super excited about it, and I'm just ready to get this thing rolling. So like I said, check out, and I put it back down there again. check out our social media platforms as we have right now. I do have a Twitch account, but I'm not sure if I really want to use that on here yet. Um, we do have an Instagram account, which is a Tri City 66ers. Um, what else do we have? Right now, I think that's pretty much it that we're really kind of using and going for as far as platforms. But as far as the live stream, we'll be broadcasting on our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, or I'm sorry, yeah, our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and as well as our Twitter page. So those are the ones you can check the live stream out on right now. Oh, and we'll be also adding a link for the podcast live stream on our team website, which is tristate66ers.com. Okay, so definitely everybody stay tuned because it's going to be a ride, and I can't wait to get it going. Because then now people, instead of just listening to my voice, they could actually see my face, and then be able to talk to the guests that we have on here and interact. And I'm really looking forward to the whole interacting part for the guests. So, all right, guys, like I said, please stay tuned because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Have a good one, y'all.